If our brains worked as hard on science as it does to compare ourselves with someone else, we'd be moonwalking on the sun today. We have no clue about how to measure and grade our results of something without comparison, unless it directly affects us. So we rely on comparison with likely outcomes just like tires of our cars, and sometimes even a whole list of references of how others did to measure ourselves. To have an exciting and competitive mindset, that's trash. It doesn't always work out that way because more often than not, looking at the entire list of competitors makes you feel pressurized, as if you saw your crush for the 10th time randomly today, because you feel like you're on a low standing compared to everyone that's doing better than you. Well, then again, every contender you see you've surpassed is like a little boost of happy dancing chemicals in your brain, which is your core motivator to keep pushing into the competition. Having a specific threshold of abilities to reach sounds more boring than a calculus test being hung over. Rather, it's much exciting having our threshold as the next competitor to beat that's ahead of us, isn't it? And then comes the next one, and then the next one. In between this system, we throw our purpose and passion in the river like a little stone just to compete. Because the consistent topping contender is the one who forgot about the competition and focused it all on mastering the fruit out of the craft. Because that provides fulfillment to keep progressing and to reach newer extents about your subject instead of just focusing on climbing the ladder. When you actually do climb the top of the ladder, you lose purpose and feel void, which actually makes you more prone to fall down from it, like an ice cream cone when you stuff too much on top. You lose that interest in your passion knowing that you already own a black belt. However, I think most of us already know all this. But I think in reality, we're not our only source for self-comparison. Comparison from others brings us down even more, without them ever thinking about proper conversions before doing so. Metrics, stats, and performance are usually the holy grails for comparison. We're too blind to look behind the numbers in any outcome. Logic, luck, skills, and so-claimed properly measured numbers are so important instead of what goes behind it. Matter of consideration is what path of life both you and the contender you're comparing yourself with come from. Everyone has a different story. Yes, maybe both of you have the same hands, legs, eyes, or even share the same Spotify lists. Still, luck is the grisling godfather of important factors in whatever competition you're playing. That can make you fail the easiest of ventures, win you the toughest of competitions, but to make luck matter, your skills have to match up to that. All of you bear a different mindset, a story, and a set of experience prior to that goes on behind the scenes of the main show. And you being upset about failing at something despite your very best may be reasoned with someone else's talent, or your misfortune, or even lack of skill. But these reasons are only for consolation, not for an excuse to give up. You don't know what someone else has been through. You might know their story, but you have no clue in 7 oceans and 13 seas about their mindset, what they've gone through emotionally, how they're prepared mentally, tactically, how they plan to accomplish efficiently. Neither about how someone's need to win something affects their existence, whether their drive is to prove something to themselves, nor is it to only meet someone's expectations. And it's a highway, so this road has 2 ways, cause nobody else knows these things about you either. Nobody has a clue in 13 deserts and 7 mountains about your mindset or tactics and strategies about your struggles. What drive you possess and the extents you're willing to cover to reach a destination, because each of those belongs to only you. Each of those factors is unique for every contestant, and so of course something simple as luck might have made you lose a race, but disregarding all of those factors, your story up to that point to make any comparison will never do justice. Because you don't bear the right conversions of how your stories, emotions, and skills combinedly turn you into a contestant. Ignorance towards all of those factors will never be a fair comparison. However, knowing that fact, don't try and eavesdrop and peek in through the window of your competitors now to know about them. That would be a creepy move, trust me. Instead, focusing on your own purpose and passion gives you newer horizons to cross and serves as motivation for you, despite the fact that everyone has their own story with the game. And to build your story, giving up after a loss would be like a party without an after party. It's only over when you give up. And so the more your story is built on the basis of genuine interest and resulting action, the more fun the process is, enabling you to predicate your outcome and measure success on your own terms, proving that comparison without proper conversion is like yelling at your hairdresser when you pick the trash hairstyle yourself.